Right, so today making some lal mas. So over here we have some lamb with bone. So this is just a lamb flap I had with bone. I've put in a couple of shanks in there, just cut up into pieces. Make sure you always use lamb with bone or goat. Next up here we have 2 whole sliced onions, red onions, thinly sliced. So we have some ginger garlic paste that we've done, which we're going to put in here and marinate the lamb for a couple of hours. Over here we have some whole spices. So we have a couple of bay leaves, green cardamom, black peppercorns, whole black cardamom, and some cloves. And then we have red chilli powder. Mathaniya chilli is the one that we have to use, but since we don't have those chilies, we're going to use some red chili powder for the color. Now here we have these chilies that are soaking in hot water. I've put in about 4 cloves of garlic in there, and now we're going to make that into a paste. We have some yogurt as well, just beaten yogurt, 1 cup, some cumin powder, coriander powder, and we're going to serve this with a bajra roti, and everything is cooked in ghee, clarified butter. So that's the ingredients for lal mas. Right, and here we have 2 tablespoons of clarified butter. We've put in some whole spices, and once they you get a bit of the aroma, we're going to put in 2 sliced onions. Ideally, you don't want any color on the spices, you just want that aroma to come out. So you're going to let these cook for a few minutes. You want a light golden brown color. As I said earlier, so we have the lamb, which is already marinated with some ginger garlic. So we're going to put that in once this is done. Right, so onions are almost light brown. You don't want a lot of color. So in here now, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of coriander powder and 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, and that's pretty much all the spices that we are going to go and put in here. So lal mas is a very typical Rajasthani dish made with goat with bone. And a special chili called mathaniya chili, which obviously I didn't have any, so hence why. So in here now we're just going to put in the lamb that we have marinated with bone. So it's just a lamb flap. I had some shanks which I've just cut them up as well, and in here just going to put in some potatoes as well, just to soak up some of that chili flavor. Here goes, and here goes the potato. So you don't want to color the lamb, but you just want to sort of give it a little saute. In Indian, sort of, if you were to call it, you'd call it bhuna. So you basically are just gently giving it, sort of frying the meat. So that's what we are doing right now. So as you can see, the onions and stuff all getting. This is going to take a few minutes. To speed up the process, I have put it in a pressure cooker, which we are going to pressure cook. But otherwise, if you wanted to slow cook it, it'll take you a couple of hours if you wanted to. The key thing, no matter what, make sure you use meat with bone, no matter what. Okay, so we have the lambs cooking, and so that's the chili paste. It looks pretty fiery and pretty hot. So just to reduce the heat or the spice levels, I've taken the seeds out of the chili, and I've just done the chili sort of just the chili without the seeds. Few cloves of garlic in there, and we've just the lamb is looking good. So now for the bit. So again, it's all about the chili, but I'm just gonna just hold back on the amount of chili that we are just gonna put in here. Normally I would have put the whole thing in, but just because of the kids, I've just sort of reduced the amount of chili that we are gonna put in here. And just for good measure, I'm just gonna put a spoonful of Kashmiri chili powder. We're just gonna give it a little toss for a couple of minutes, and once that's done, we're gonna add a little bit of water in here, and we're gonna pressure cook it. Just about. And now we're gonna shut the lid for the pressure cooker and pressure cook it. So at this stage we're not going to add any salt, so we're just going to pressure cook it on low for about 20 minutes. So we've had the lamb in the pressure cooker, and let's hope you can smell this. There you have it. So the lamb is pretty much cooked, so we're going to take the spices off, and now we're going to make the gravy. We're going to cook it a bit more. We're going to add yogurt in here and season, and yeah. But the lamb is cooked. As you can see, it's just falling off the bone. So in here, just going to add about half a teaspoon of salt. We're going to add just some beaten yogurt. So I'm going to be adding about 4 tablespoons. Yep, just one more. Measure. You just smell the aromas coming out. Again, it is going to be a bit spicy, so yeah, just make sure, adjust the quantity of chili depending on what your sort of spice level is. So now we're just going to cook that furthermore. In here, just going to add another half a cup of water, and let it cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. Right, the Laal Maas is ready. Again, the color that you can see is all of the chilies. There's no spices or anything else added apart from the whole spices. It has clarified butter, all the goodness, beautiful dish in the winter. Yeah, a bit spicy, nice and